Well, stock sliding and yields heading higher after the strong jobs report data, triggering some fears of more rate hikes. Here with a closer look at today's action, Yahoo Finance's Jared Blikre. And Jared, 10-year above 4%.
Yes, that is a big milestone here. We hit that earlier in the year, and that was just before the SVB unraveled there. This is a 3-month chart, so let me show you a year to date, and that's going to show you here we punched above 4% ever so briefly at the very beginning of March, and we know the story with the mini bank panic we saw, the internet bank panic, and it was down there. Now, over the last 2 days, we shot up over 20 basis points. We've come off of this, and just given the strength of the move, I would expect a little bit of consolidation, but I would not be surprised if after consolidating, we move above and start to use that 4% level as a support level. If that happens, it's off to the races, and I think we're going to see more damage in the stock market. However, on a longer term chart, maybe this is a double top of sorts. If that's the case and it's coming down, then that should be supportive of more equity strength in the second half. And of course, it depends on what you're looking at here. In the first 3 days of this year, I was looking at the sector action. This is what's happening today. Everything is in the red, but over the first 3 days, you can see real estate, utilities, staples, and communication services. Only those sectors are green, and the top three are defensive sectors. Communication services is mainly a meta story. You take a look at inside the NASDAQ 100, a lot more red than green, and that is a very different picture from what we saw in the first half. So Tesla's up 6%, but for the most part, the mega caps not really contributing the outsized gains that they were contributing before. Want to show you some interesting things here. Here's the bank stocks over the last 3 days. Here's the regional bank stocks over the last 3 days, a mixed bag. But then semiconductors. This was one of the leading sectors. We're seeing that down significantly. AMD down, NVIDIA down. Here's software, aside from Microsoft, the big kahuna there, most of that in the red. And I'll show you something really interesting with respect, and maybe this is kind of a referendum on the consumer. Here is our food heat map. And if you're buying Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Kraft macaroni and cheese, Mondelez candy, looks like people are in this space right now. However, you take a look at who's going out or investors in the space of going out here, restaurants, everything's in the red for the most part, and some dark red as well. Then you take a look at the quick service restaurants, fast food, also a sea of red. So staples over discretionary may be a theme, or maybe it's just the fact that this is a very, very low volume holiday week.
All right, 3 days into the second half of the year. Certainly a lot of red on that screen. All right, Jared, thanks.